Okay, so I mean, I've been clear kind of where I'm at with everything. I am definitely not ready to date. But if I let you into my world, you're, important. And I'm, wanting to build a friendship and see where things go. But no matter how many times I have kind of shared my position on stuff, I still get messages, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. But I love seeing the variety of them. And one of the ones the last couple of days caught my attention, and it just got me thinking that I was like, let's change the rules of dating. Okay, so this is the message that they sent me. Hold on. He sent me a picture and he said, "This is my humble self." Okay, totally fine with that. And he said, "About my personality, I am gentle, sweet, sincere man, talented, intelligent, and hardworking. Just a nice and sincere man with a good heart, loving, caring, tolerant, and with good moral values. I am sensitive, soft, and gentle, sensual, and sexual. I have a lot of love and tenderness for the right woman. I have a sense of humor. I don't smoke. I don't drink. If you can connect me to a woman who is willing to go into a long-term relationship, I will forever remain grateful." Okay, so as I'm reading this, I don't deny that he may be all of these wonderful things. And if I have a single friend who is interested in him, message me and I'll get you his contact information. But what I wanted to say, and I don't know, eventually maybe I'll get there and be gutsy enough, or maybe we can just change the rules of dating. But I wanted to look at him and say, all of that stuff is great. And I believe that when you love someone, you are all of those things for them regardless. Because, I mean, give me someone who is in love and they are sensitive, they're sweet, they're tender, they're protective, they are all of those things. Because when you love someone, when you are passionate and excited to see that person and take care of that person, you are all of those things. That's fine. I believe that that is in everyone. What I want to know, and why I think we should change the rules of dating, is what are your issues? Like, seriously. Okay, great. You can give me all the good stuff, but what am I walking into with all the bad stuff? Because there are some things that are just innate in us and in who we are. Like, for me, I'm a communicator, obviously. I like to talk. So if you ghost me, you are gonna get my crazy side. Like, there is just, I mean, that to me is the highest form of disrespect to a person. Some people don't care. I had a friend who, they were like, well, they don't want to talk to me, no big deal. It literally drives me crazy. And for some people, it doesn't. So if I were to be an open book, I would look at them and say, okay, listen, I'm dramatic. If I have a fever and I'm laying in bed, it's because I'm dying from, I don't know, stage 8 cancer. I have no idea. Like, I'm overly dramatic on everything. I'm late to everything, literally. It does not matter what time I set my alarm. The plan that I have in my head for how I will get ready and the stuff that I need to do, just time speeds up. And all of a sudden I'm like, shit, I'm late. I'm late to everything. That is just part of who I am. So love it, like it. That's just, I mean, my ex-husband tried to spend 15 years fixing that in me, and that did not work. I try to be more respectful of that, but honestly, if I'm early to something, people are like, are you okay? Like, I walked in early Tuesday because I had been out doing stuff with a friend, and I walked into work early and my boss literally looked at the clock and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so anyways, I mean, if I could list my faults and say, okay, let's start there. Let's not start about all the good things about me, because yeah, I can be incredible, but yeah, I can also be batshit crazy. I can be sweet and loving, but yeah, I mean, you push the right buttons and you're gonna wish you never even talked to me. I mean, can we change the dating rules? Can we change how we present ourselves? Because for me, you're gonna look at me and you're gonna get the most authentic version of me. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna tell you, don't piss me off. And my tolerance is really good in these areas, but in this, like, probably 2 or 3 areas, you ghost me, you say anything about my kids. That's probably about those 2 things. I don't know. There's probably another one. You're not gonna like who you find. And then, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just different, and I'm okay with saying that. I'm okay with looking at people and saying, I just don't see the world the same way you do, and nobody does. You don't see the world the same way as someone else. I know for me, I'm stupid romantic. I have all of these amazing love wins. It overcomes everything. People talk, people show up at your door and want to have that conversation that they didn't have. They want the answers. I mean, all of these kind of things. This is the world that I live in. And even this summer, I was talking to my friend who I hadn't seen in a long time, and she was like, okay, explain to me what you were thinking with all of this. And I love her to death. And so I did. And as I'm sitting there, and she's like, you know, she's a licensed therapist, and we have known each other for decades. So as she's looking at me, she's like, Johnny, people don't think like that. And I'm just kind of like, but why? You know, like, I don't do it in a way where I'm like, hey, I'm stupid, but in a way like, why? Why don't people think first with sacrificial love? Why don't people think first with unconditional love? I am weird like that. And it changes how I approach things, and it changes how I respond to things, and it makes it difficult for me to just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally fine with that. Like, hells no, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a conversation about this. If you love someone, you're gonna fight for that person. If you wanna be involved in that person's life, you're gonna get up and you're gonna make a difference in that person's life. That is just kind of the way that I think. And so I just, as I got that like long lists of, okay, this is how I'm amazing and how great I am, I just wanted to write back, and I didn't. But I wanted to write back and say, okay, those are all amazing things. Can we talk about your faults? And sometimes we get so stuck on wanting people to love us for who we think we are that we forget that we really, honestly want people to love us for who we really are. Because it doesn't matter how great I am on the first, third, 20th date, you ghost me and I'm crazy. You know, like, it's those times that I want someone to love me, those times that I want someone to, you know, pick up their pride and say, okay, listen, you hurt me, let's talk it through. And then I can say, oh my God, I'm so sorry I did that. That is what I look for. And that is what I want to say to someone when they're getting ready to start talking to me. These are the areas that I struggle in. You know, like, I want them to know what they're walking into, because eventually that will come out. So, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I was like, man, if I could change the rules for dating, instead of let's putting our best, you know, like, resume out there, let's go ahead and put like, oh yeah, no, I suck in this. You're gonna be waiting for me. I overeat. My house is a mess. Everything, my car, don't get into it. Like, you know, like, I wish that those could be the things that we actually say. So anyways, there's my thoughts for the week. Have a good one, guys.